hear these words a ton these days. Mindfulness, the power of now, being present. And of course you get it, you're supposed to be paying attention. But what does it really mean and why? Before I get to that, I have to cover one thing, the big lie that is multitasking. You aren't actually doing two things at a time. You're really switching back and forth between 2 or 3 or 4 things, and then trying to sort of time it so you can switch back in time and avoid disaster. Yep, that's what multitasking is, avoiding disaster. Now, before I unpack this mindfulness thing, I want you to know I'm not saying that you shouldn't stack responsibilities. Sometimes I ask my daughter to go to the grocery store because we really have a good time together when we're doing that. Or I invite my husband to go for a walk with me and we're doubling up because we're walking the dog at the same time. Some good couple time and talking and walking the dog. And that can be good, just not all the time. You weren't designed that way. The other thing I need you to know is that I'm a natural multitasker in its worst sense. I have ADHD, and my mind truly struggles to do what I know is best for it, paying attention to one thing at a time. It's an itchiness that comes out as boredom, where I should slide off what I should be paying attention to, and anxiety, where I overdo it and I pay attention to 1,000 things at one time. Here's the truth. You will get more done, and it will be done well if you can do one thing at a time and pay attention to it fully, and you'll feel better about it. I believe mindlessness, not being fully present in your life, is really a crisis. Can you imagine the problems? You not being present in your own life? It creates a bunch of issues: car crashes, mentally absent parents, wasted time on streaming video, and even obesity, as we aren't listening as we're eating to know when we're full. We've overstimulated ourselves so much that it really feels empty. You need to pay attention to your moment, the now, for one major reason. It's all you have. The past is done, and there isn't a thing you can do to change it. And the future is there if you're lucky, but you aren't guaranteed that experience either. What you have is this moment. It's in this moment you choose to eat or watch TV or even use the restroom. It's this moment that you will choose to learn new lessons based on your experience in the past and impact your future. The now is where all the power is. And when you pay attention, you leave space for certain things to happen. I want to focus on a few. If you can be physical, like work out, without talking to anyone or watching or listening, you leave room for creative thoughts, solutions, ideas, reminders. You'll also hear your body, the aches, the strength, the power that resides in who you are. If you can be with people without thinking about what to say next, that's a big problem for me, without having a distraction like television or alcohol, you will sense the energy and understand your impact on them. You will see their needs and possibly offer encouragement or solutions. If you can work on one thing at a time, if you can operate with excellence, with focus, and again, you'll see that creativity pop up again. I believe you will move faster and you will actually complete more. And if you can do mundane things without doubling up on something else, you'll find that you will eventually calm down and you will find peace. Something as boring as laundry or yard work. You don't need to always be amplified production. Sometimes your body needs calm. And if you can eat without doing anything else, you'll notice when you're full. You'll enjoy the flavor of the food. You'll hear your body talking to you in a different way. The overwhelming urges will go away, and you'll learn to stop when you are satisfied. And if you, as you learn to focus on one thing at a time and push the chatter away, you'll see the spaces you need to improve. You'll be able to be with yourself in conversation because transformation requires space. So if you can, choose to be mindful in a few activities. If you are a parent, put down your cell phone, stop doing stuff around the house, and just be with your children and see what happens. If you're working, turn off all the sounds and just be with yourself. Use a pen. Don't scribble, just write and see if your brain will slow down and then start to root and blossom thoughts in a bigger way. Wash the dishes and just wash the dishes. Drive without doing anything else but paying attention to the road. As you are mindful of your life, you will find some important things. You'll be less fear-driven and less anxiety-driven. You will become calmer, and you will see that there is a space for your best self, your best life. I hope you'll try it. As an adult with ADHD, I know if it's possible for me, you can do it as well. And I am certain It will give you benefits beyond your imagination.